Here's what Donald Trump said about his old friend Jeffrey Epstein in 2002. I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it, Jeffrey enjoys his social life.
Yeah, hey, fun fact. I've got a lot of guy friends that like women, and I wouldn't describe any of them that way. Unless, of course, I knew that they were creeps that preyed on women who are on the younger side, also known as children. And granted, Trump has a very, very long history of making creepy ass comments, probably because he's a creep. But a lot of those old clips are now being viewed in a new and different and very creepy light. And we have another new clip that resurfaced today where the person interviewing Donnie uses that same word as a gut reaction to the disgusting thing he said about his own daughter. So grab a barf bag, hit subscribe to Really American Media, and let's lay out the whole creepy case. And before we get to the newest old clip, let's run through a few of the others that are receiving new scrutiny of late. Like this one from the Lifestyles of the Rich and Creepy. I mean famous. Sorry.
Host Robin Leach asked about their daughter Tiffany, who was then just a year old.
Now, Donna, what does Tiffany have of yours and what does Tiffany have of Marla's?
Well, I think that she's got a lot of moral, and she's really a beautiful baby, and she's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet.
Yeah, just a reminder, he's talking about a baby in that clip, his baby, which is just beyond creepy and very pedo sounding. And before I play any more clips of him talking about family members, let me just point out something. A normal guy has a sort of lockbox in their brain where we put our moms or daughters, aunts, nieces, sisters, etc. It keeps them completely walled off from the part of the male brain that thinks about sex, which is a big part of the male brain. My point is, no normal guy would ever connect those dots. You can't. It makes our brain short circuit. It doesn't compute. It won't happen. Unless, of course, you're Donald Trump.
I don't think Ivanka would do that inside the magazine, although she does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it. Oh, it's so weird. Stop
You know what? You are sick.
I know, isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
No, how
Well, you're
terrible.
known for saying
Is that
outrageous
terrible?
things,
Weird.
Mr.
Just like
Trump.
Who are you, Woody Allen?
Yeah, the raw, off-the-cuff reply of the female host of The View says it all. They called him weird, and they called him Woody Allen, who famously married his adopted daughter. But I bet even Woody Allen would say comments like that about your biological daughter are just, what's the word I'm looking for? Creepy.
Still, Donald Trump repeatedly points out how hot his daughter is, saying last year in a Rolling Stone article, "Yeah, she's really something, and what a beauty, that one. If I weren't happily married and, her father."
No, I don't know. I have a daughter who is 19 years old, and there's a grand total of 0 universes where I would ever think that, let alone say it with a camera on me. It's just freaking creepy.
In the wake of questions and allegations about Donald Trump's behavior towards women, ET discovered this footage in our archive, which we provided to CBS News.
Soon. Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
Yeah, that is Trump, who is definitely not a pedo, and commenting on a group of schoolgirls walking by, and his brain immediately goes to the joke that he would date them, and I think you know what he means by date them, and he's not talking about going to the prom.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
Yeah, first of all, my best friend Nick Reynolds and I host the Vocal Minority podcast right here on Really American Media. Check it out. And if you ever asked me, hey, how many times have you and Nick ever socialized with women under the age of 18? The very quick and very easy answer would be never. Why would we be? But instead, Epstein takes the Fifth Amendment, which is the right not to incriminate yourself, and something you only do when the answer would incriminate you. But don't take my word for that.
The mob takes the Fifth. If you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment? Fifth Amendment, horrible. Horrible. He pleaded the fifth, and that was the end. We never heard about him again.
All right. Thanks for making my point for me, Donnie Creepo. All right. Let's get to the newest resurfaced clip that in no way makes Trump look like a creep. Wait. Sorry, I read that script wrong. What I meant to say is this clip will make him look like a creep in every freaking way possible.
We want to know a little bit more about you guys, so we play this game here. It's called Fave 5. I'll ask the question. Ivanka, you answer first, and then Dad, you answer also.
This is tough.
Okay, Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that
That was Hulk Hogan creepy.
to No, I know. So I'll just go into a very simple and boring answer. How about real estate, right?
Real estate.
Not only did we hear that same gut reaction from another interviewer calling him a creep, but this time he's Hulk Hogan creepy, which I assume means he's a creep on steroids getting ready to rip his shirt off for God knows what.
Enough was enough! And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother!
So just to recap, Trump is a creep and probably lying about his name not being in the Epstein files. And when I say probably lying, I mean he's definitely absolutely lying. So comment below with your thoughts and get vocal. From the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve podcast, I'm Steve Harness for Really American Media. And just to remind you that we're never going to be done with this slow trickle of new old pictures and videos coming out, I will leave you with this.
Andrew Kaczynski of K-File is here with the new images of Trump and Epstein. And Andrew, I shared one of them there, but, so let's start with the one at Trump's wedding. I mean, this is a significant development.
Well, yeah, it is. Trump's wedding to Marla Maples in 1993 was dubbed the wedding of the century by the media at the time. And although we know that Trump and Epstein were friends during this period, this is really the first time that it's actually been reported that Trump invited Epstein to his wedding. This is, we should note, more than a decade before those first allegations of sex trafficking against Epstein. But as you know, Trump's relationship with Epstein has been under the microscope recently. Now, besides that one photo of Epstein entering the reception at the Plaza Hotel, we can also see him in the background of another picture. That's Howard Stern on the far right, along with Robin Leach from Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, and Epstein is behind them at the wedding, almost seeming to be photobombing them. We also found this photo from just a few months earlier, Donald Trump with two of his children talking to Jeffrey Epstein. That's at the opening of the Harley-Davidson Cafe in New York in October 1993. You can see Ivana there. She would have been just about to turn 12 years old in that photo.
Yeah, you can see Ivanka right there between Trump and Epstein. All right, these are never before seen photos, Andrew. I know you also found some video of Trump and Epstein that was from later of them talking that has also never surfaced before. What's that?
Well, that's right. This is from 6 years later in 1999. This video has never been seen before in this context. It shows Trump talking to Jeffrey Epstein just before models hit the runway at the Victoria's Secret fashion show in New York in 1999. You know, the only other video we've seen of the two men was 7 years before this. Trump is at the show with Melania, who is, of course, now First Lady, seated a few feet away from Epstein. You can see them chatting during the show as well. Allegations that Epstein sexually abused underage girls didn't surface until 2005, years after this video was shot.
Right, but this, of course, establishes them together and obviously very friendly in 1999.